Hello and welcome, my friends, to day 20 of Crystallize 2020. We are just 2 days away from completing this beautiful and powerful process to actualize your dreams. And this is when we're getting down, we're getting real earthy, because we're taking all of those powerful visions that you have created for yourself, and we're figuring out how to ground them and actualize them. Because the difference between a dream and a goal is planning. And today we're going to be talking about how to set SMART goals. This is a powerful goal setting process that can take your timeline and break it down into actionable steps. So the first thing for our SMART goal setting is the S. And the S stands for specific. So the specific means what is the who, what, where, when, and why of your goal. So the way that your subconscious works is that it really wants to take the easiest route to accomplishing goals. And so if we set it out really clearly with very definable milestone markers and have created a very specific basket into which your goal manifestation is being set, then that's great. But if you just go, universe, I want to call in more money. And you're walking down the street. You make this intention, you set this intention, you're like, I want to call in more money. You don't say how much more money, you don't say when you want to have the money by, you don't say under what circumstances you want the money by, you don't say where you want the money coming from, anything like that. Just like, I want more money. And you're walking down the street and you find a $20 bill and you pick it up. Your subconscious goes, ta-da, more money, we did it. Because when you set your goals, when you set them specifically, your brain, your subconscious is going to be looking for those situations. You know, it's creating that mindset around how to achieve that goal. Now, if you said something like, universe, I wish to call in more abundance by, I want to receive $10,000 by the end of 3 months. So by March, I want $10,000. I want that $10,000 to go safely and securely into my bank account. I want to see that $10,000 on my bank statement by March 1st at 11:11 p.m. And I want to receive that $10,000 from clients who are lovingly and gratefully signing up for my programs and retreats. That's more specific, right? So when I broke that down, it's like, how much money did I want? When did I want it? Why did I want it coming to me? And in what energy? I wanted it lovingly offered. You know, I want this money to come from people who are abundant and excited and know the worth of the investment that they're paying for, and know that the transformation that they're going to receive is going to serve them, and they are going to be so happy and grateful. So that's getting way more specific, right? So how can you take look at your month goal, the goal that you set for the end of the month, and start breaking it down to your specifics. The more specific you can actually be, the better. So if I start going into at 11 p.m. on March 1st, I want to sit down at my computer and pull up my banking. I'm going to see the glow of the lights in the dim, and my heart is going to explode and become elated because I've seen that there is just recently another 2 deposits bringing it all the way up to $10,000. I am ecstatic. I feel so supported by the universe. I feel deeply in alignment with my passion and my calling, and I see how the people who have been attracted to my services, I can just feel this powerful transformation that they're going through. I can feel their excitement, and I'm resonating in that same frequency of their excitement. And it's just creating this deep, profound satisfaction and joy for being in alignment with my passion and purpose. Right? So really allowing yourself to anchor into the emotional feeling of what that would be and when that would be is also another powerful aspect. So get really specific. The second M for measurable. So how much or how many? How do you know when you have reached your goal? And what is your indicator of progress? So M, measurable. So instead of, again, was using that abundance field, well, I want to make some money. I want to call in some more money. Well, okay, but how much? Well, that's where the 10,000 comes from. Okay, I want 10,000. How do I know? Well, I know that I have reached this point when I open my computer and I turn it on and I go to my online banking and I see it in my bank account right there on the screen in dollar format, $10,000. It's there, it's in my bank, I see it. And so the indicator of progress would be there, similarly, there would be multiple measures of progress for that particular one. So throughout the 3 months until March 1st, I guess it's February, so that would be 1 month. But anyway, we're just playing here. So by March 1st, I will be receiving large chunks of $2,000, and there's going to be 5 of them. So I can start tracking as those $2,000 chunks start rolling in to get to $10,000. And so the third one is A. And so I've had a couple different trainings around this. And the A can stand for one of 2 things: actionable and achievable. So actionable means, can I break this down into actionable steps? And achievable means, do I have the resources and the capacity to make this happen? So actionable and achievable. So actionable. Can I break this down into actionable steps? So if I say, okay, I want to make $10,000, I want to do it by this time, if I want to do it by March 1st, say May 1st, that's 3 months. I want to align with, 5 people. who are willing to pay $2,000 to come to an immersive retreat and breaking that down into actionable steps. So what would I need to do? I would need to, connect with people. I need to do some free talks. I need to do some advertising. I would need to, there's all of these steps that I would do to start generating the process where I align with those people, where they choose to joyfully pay for the transformational process, right? So that's actionable. Now, achievable, do I have the resources and the capacity? So I would say yes. I can get out in front of people, I can talk, I can connect, I can do all of those things in 3 months. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but it's doable. Right now, if I had said, I want to make that by the end of the week, that's going to create a block to it happening at all, because my rational mind is saying, well, that's not possible, that's not feasible. And they're right, because realistically, I'm not going to have that experience. I'm not blocking off that experience, because if that experience wants to happen, absolutely. But that's not, that's where the R comes into, right? The R is realistic. So is it realistic that I'm going to do that? So here's a different example. If, say, like, I want to be the youngest person to ever do something, but you're already older than the youngest person who has achieved that, it's not realistic. It's just not possible, right? So being realistic with your goals. So is it realistic? Is it like actually possible? And do you have the resources? And are you committed to making it happen? Because if you have actionable steps and you're able to break down the steps from here to there, and what those, like, break it down into those like smaller milestones, those smaller achievable steps, but you're unwilling and not committed to actualizing those steps and following through with them, again, it's not a realistic goal. So keep that in mind as well when you're breaking down your goals. And T stands for timely or time-based. So timely or time-based. So what's your end goal? What time? What's your deadline? Because if you just say, well, I want to make $10,000 and just leave it, eventually you'll probably make $10,000. But it might happen slowly. It might happen over a period of time. You might have made money, spent money, made money, spent money, made money, spent money, and then you haven't even realized that you've made the $10,000 mark. It's just so wishy-washy. So you're eventually always going to get what you want. But the more specific and the more measurable, the more actionable, and the more realistic, and the more time-based that goal is, the more you're actually going to be able to meet that goal in the way that you want to meet it. So again, specific, want to make 10, or you can do it by, say, weight loss or whatever else, right? Like, if it was a weight loss goal, it'd be like, I would like to lose 20 pounds by June. I want to, I want to show up, I want to stand on the scale and be X amount of pounds. I will notice that my body the muscles are growing, the my everything's tightening. I'm feeling really strong, really vital. My clothes are loose on I actually have to go shopping because I need new clothes because everything doesn't fit anymore. Those sort of things. And I want to do it by this time. Now, if you're saying I want to lose 20 pounds and I don't want to change my diet and I don't want to go to the gym, that's not realistic. You need to be able and willing and committed to show up and do the actionable steps, right? So I challenge you to go back to your list, pick out your first month, and break it down into your specifics. Break it down into a powerful goal, and then post it in our Facebook group. Also, if you need help creating your actionable goals, creating your steps, I absolutely love doing this, and I would absolutely love to help you as well. So grab one of my soul activation sessions. The link will be under the video and in the email and on Facebook. And let's get talking about how we can make your dreams come true. Okay. Love and blessings to you all.